Hi everyone, welcome back. It's me, Dolls and Pop, and we're back for T.I.T.S on Tuesday. It's the Try It Together series, and today I'm going to show you how to crochet. Even if you've never crocheted before, I'm going to make it really slow and really easy, and from a point of view as if you were looking down a pair of hands. Before we get started, I want to say that I do actually crochet in American. There's two different types of crochet. There's English UK terms and there's American US terms. I actually crochet in American terms because that's just how I learn. Most patterns are worked in American terminology, so it just makes it easier. And once you actually know the stitches, it's quite easy to just translate it in your head, and you can do it either way once you know what you're doing. Today I'm going to show you how to crochet a little tiny pouch. You can make it bigger and make an actual bag out of it, or you can use the shape as a component in building soft toys, making bodies, heads, things like that. We're just going to be creating a crocheted square shape that's hollow, and you can put a chain on it. You can use it as a neck pouch. And what I like to do is I like to make teeny tiny ones big enough to just put a lighter inside, and then make a chain so I can hang it around my neck so I never lose my lighter, because that's a problem that I actually have. So this is the second intro that I've filmed, because the first one I accidentally deleted it, so there's that. This episode is very late because I didn't do it last week when I was supposed to, because I just wasn't feeling very well. You know, if you saw Crafting and Cryptids 4, you know that I wasn't feeling my best, so I decided to just make it perfect, make it, you know, how I wanted it to be, and to save it for this week. So we're going to work through really slowly together, and I'm going to show you exactly what to do. All you need is a 3.5mm hook and just some wool yarn, just the thin stuff, just the normal stuff. You can get it from Poundland, they have a good deal on wool. With crochet, if you use a bigger hook with small wool, you'll end up with really big stitches, or if you have your hook too small, the stitches will be too tight. So changing the size of the hook helps with different yarn sizes, so that's how you make bigger and smaller projects. You change the size of the yarn, you change the size of the hook. If you get into miniature crochet, you can crochet with just embroidery thread, and for big projects you get a really big thick needle, but you can also crochet with your arms, because you can get super chunky wool that's like this thick and make it into like a pillow or whatever. Also, I've put lots of titles in the video so that you have an opportunity to pause the video and rewind if necessary, because I learned to crochet from YouTube and I had to keep just pausing constantly. Today we're just going to be doing some basic stitches. We're going to be doing a slip knot, some chain stitches, some single crochet and some slip stitches, and out of just those we're going to create a bag. And let's get into it. Let's take a look at the hand positions needed to be able to crochet. Hold the tail of the wool in the palm of your hand and grasp it with the last two fingers, and then pull your yarn tight over your index finger. Your thumb and your middle finger will be holding your work in place, but for now they can just hold the other piece of yarn. To hold your hook, use the grip in the middle of the hook and have the hook end facing you. Create a loop in the yarn by crossing the two ends over each other, then feed the long bit of yarn through the loop that you've just created. Pick it up with your hook so that only the middle bit's on, and then pull tight, which will create an adjustable slip knot. Then we're going to create a chain stitch, and what we're going to do is we're going to put the yarn over, hold it firmly by the tail, and then pull it through the first loop. Put the wool over your hook, creating two loops on the hook, and then just pull it through. Yarn over and pull through. We're going to do that 13 times. keep tight hold of the tail of your work because you really need to keep that tension, and you'll see that the stitches are like little V shapes. It's important to know this because we need to distinguish both sides of the V stitch, as we will be working in one side and then the other for the very first round. Continue this until you have 13 stitches in your chain. You're going to cross the wool over from the back to the front, and you might need to hold it in place as you pull it through the loop that's already on your hook, and you can use your index finger to do that. Then you're going to take your hook and put it in the second chain stitch from the hook. So not the one you've just done, the one after. And you're going to pull the yarn through the first loop, and then you're going to cross the yarn over and pull it through both loops. This is a single chain. The chain link that you skipped is going to count as one stitch. So you've got 2 stitches, and now you're going to do another single crochet into the same stitch. This is going to act as 3 stitches in the end. This is how the corner is made. Then you're just going to single chain right across in one side of the V, all the way down one side. So you just put your hook into the next side of the V, you cross your yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over and pull through 2. That's a single crochet. Do it again. Yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2. We're going to do that until we get to the very, very last chain at the end, where we're going to create another corner. Those first 3 stitches that are just in one chain, they're going to give it the space it needs to do a corner. And when we get to the other end, we're going to do 3 stitches into the same chain again. When you get to that very, very last chain, you're going to want to do 3 single chain stitches into that one loop at the end. So 3, but all in the same hole. And then you're just going to carry on doing a single chain stitch right down the other side. So that side that you left open, if the stitches are a V shape, you've crocheted down one side of the V, and now we're turning around and going down the other side. You'll be able to see the stitches that you've left open as little lines. That's what you're putting your hook into. Now if you look up close, you'll be able to see those little holes, and that's your guide. Just put your hook over, pull through 1 loop. Put your wool over and pull through 2 loops, all the way back to the place where you originally started. That's all crochet is. It's just putting the wool over your hook and pulling it through loops. And all the different types of stitches, you wrap the wool over more times, or you pull it through more loops, or you pull it through loops in a certain order. And that is literally all it is. When you've gone up both sides and you're back to where you started, you're just going to put a single crochet in that last one, and then you're going to put it into the very first single crochet that you did. That V stitch, that is where you're going to insert it. You're going to put it through both sides of the V this time. So put it through both sides of the V, and you're going to put your yarn over. You're going to pull it through both sides of the V, put your yarn over, and then put it through the 2 loops that are left on your hook. Put it into the next stitch. The V is the whole stitch. Before, we were crocheting down one side of the stitch and then the other, and that's just what we have to do to make the base of the bag. This is going to have corners, and it's just going to make the shape of it. You'll be able to see for yourself once it's built up what those 3 stitches do. And this is literally the entire project. You just carry on with that single crochet stitch all the way around until it's at a length that you want it to be. You can make a really long thin one, or if you wanted to make it wider, the only difference is you just put more chain stitches at the beginning. So we did 13 this time. If you wanted like an actual tote bag or something, you'd put like 50 stitches, and then you'd just do the exact same thing but with 50 stitches. You do the same 3 on the corner, and then you just continue it round and round and round. Now we are crocheting in rounds, which means that we're working in a spiral without changing direction. Some crochet projects are worked differently, where you turn the project so you're working in lines, and when you get to the end of one line you turn it round and do a line on top. But this is crocheting in rounds, and this is what many projects like dolls and soft toys and things like that, that's what they use. We can cover crocheting in lines in another video if you do wish me to continue with this teaching series. Now I am going to fast forward it just a little bit, speed it up just a little bit, because once you've mastered this stitch and you can go back and keep looking at it, this bit's just repetition. It's exactly the same. I'm just doing a single crochet all the way around until I get to the end, and that's when I'm going to show you how to finish it off with a slip stitch. Now we're going to work on a slip stitch, and this just finishes it off and gives it a nice straight edge. And all you have to do is in that very final round, you're going to insert your hook into the next stitch. You're going to cross your yarn over, and you've got to pull it through both of them at the same time. Put it in, pull it through, so you've got 2 loops, and just keep pulling it through. Pull it through both loops, and that's it. It's as simple as that. You've got to go all the way around the top of your work until it meets back up where you started. To finish the project, all you need is 1 slip stitch pulled tight. Then cut it so that it leaves a little tail hanging out. And then all you're going to do is weave that backwards and forwards in the stitches that you've just made, so that you can't see it because it's mixed in with the stitches, and it's weaved backwards and forwards so that it can't untangle very easy. And it's simple to do with a crochet hook. You just pull it all the way through, except this time it's not attached to anything and your tail's just getting woven in. Right, so that was the long awaited crochet tutorial, and we've made a little diddy crochet pouch. That's good, isn't it? When you finished off the slip stitching and you've joined it up to the last one, instead of finishing it off, you just do as many chain stitches as you want and attach it to the other side with just a slip stitch. And that's how you can turn it into a necklace. When you get better at crocheting, you can put a flap on it so that it's got a little lid to open and close. You can put buttonholes, you can make applique shapes and decorate it, frills, tassels, anything really. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more crochet videos, and if you would like to know some different and more advanced stitches or see some different projects, then let me know. Like this video and I can show you how to crochet anything. And the most important part is we tried it together. Please subscribe to my channel, like, comment, share, all of those good things. I will see you next week for T.I.T.S on Tuesday. Bye!